One of my most favorite parts about creating the Confident Solo Female Backpacker system is getting to see firsthand the incredible transformations my students have when they do the work inside the program and then join me out on trail for group trips throughout the year. This is why I do what I do. For 5 days and 4 nights, I took a group of students from the Confident Solo Female Backpacker system on a 38.5 mile through hike along Catalina Island in Southern California on the Trans Catalina Trail. We got to put all of our backpacking gear to the test in the heat, sun, wind, rain, and mud. Back in January of this year, I went to solo backpack the Trans Catalina Trail and put together a whole video here on my YouTube channel documenting my experience of hiking the trail by myself. I also included a trip planning guide in this video for anyone wanting to plan a hike of their own along the Trans Catalina Trail. In addition to looking for an early season solo backpacking experience of my own in January, I also wanted to go through all of the trip planning logistics and hike this trail myself so that I'd feel more confident leading my students for a multi-night group backpacking trip along the Trans Catalina Trail. So in this video, I'm going to bring you with me on our recent 5-day 4-night group backpacking trip as a group of my students and I hiked all 38.5 miles of the Trans Catalina Trail together in Southern California. Woo! And thanks to Gossamer Gear, each lady who joined me on this group trip received a brand new Mariposa 60 Ultralight backpacking pack. So not only will you get to come hike with us along the Trans Catalina Trail, but you'll also get to hear from each of the ladies what they loved about using their new pack on this trip. A huge thank you to Gossamer Gear for helping to support our Catalina Island group backpacking trip and this video. All right, I've got a plane to catch, so cue the travel montage to Catalina Island.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for.
So here was our trip itinerary. Day 1, take the ferry from Long Beach to Avalon and hike 11 miles to Blackjack Campground. Day 2, hike 8 miles from Blackjack Campground to Little Harbors Campground with a brunch stop at Airport in the Sky. Day 3, hike 5.5 miles from Little Harbor to Two Harbors Campground. Day 4, leave our camp set up at Two Harbors and do a 14-mile day hike from Two Harbors to Parsons Landing and then hike back to Two Harbors. And Day 5, catch the ferry from Two Harbors back to San Betro. After getting to watch the sunrise from the ferry, we stopped for breakfast in Avalon, got our fuel canisters at the hardware store, picked up a couple snacks at the grocery store, and then hiked out of town heading to the trailhead at Hermit Gulch to officially start our hike. Today would also be the longest and hottest day of our trip. Most of the Trans Catalina Trail is exposed, so thank goodness we had all decided to bring our ultralight Gossamer Gear umbrellas. The umbrellas, along with the hands-free clamp that attached to our packs, were clutch for hiking in the heat.
Memories all alone in the moonlight. Am I getting it?
There you go. Excellent. This morning, we woke up to sunshine at Blackjack Campground. After packing up camp, we'd have less than 2 miles to hike up to Airport in the Sky, which is a little airport located on Catalina Island. Airport in the Sky also has a restaurant that serves breakfast and lunch. Of course, we stopped here for brunch and it was delicious. You can also charge your electronics, refill your water, and say hi to Dusty the cat. And don't skip the cookie. Seriously, get the cookie. After leaving Airport in the Sky, we had a long, hot walk down to Little Harbor Campground, but it was so beautiful. Again, we were all super thankful to have our umbrellas. Once we got to Little Harbor, the weather changed to overcast skies, foreshadowing the weather that was to come a little later on our trip. For this trip, I brought with me my Gossamer Gear's The One ultralight trekking pole tent, which only weighs 22 ounces. Not only is it light, but it's also really easy to set up. I even added some tent lights for fun at camp. I was really happy with my sleep system on this trip. I brought my Enlightened Equipment Enigma 10-degree quilt along with a Thermarest NeoAir X-Therm inflatable sleeping pad. Instead of bringing the pump sack that originally came with my sleeping pad, I tried out the FlexTail Zero pump. This thing is actually kind of awesome. It weighs 2 ounces and inflated my sleeping pad in about 45 seconds. As soon as we set up our camp, we made our way down to the beach. Then ate dinner at the campsite. And finished the day off with a campfire. Day 3 started off with a pretty steep climb out of camp. Even though it was overcast, we could still see all of the views around us, and it was pretty incredible. Once we made it to Two Harbors, we set up camp, had dinner at the restaurant, and called it an early night because we would have a long day tomorrow. Since there was rain in the forecast today and we needed our trekking poles for our 14-mile hike, those of us with trekking pole tents covered up the gear that we decided to leave behind at camp the best we could with our staked out tents in anticipation of the forecasted storm. Then we hiked out of Two Harbors to hike the last 14 miles of the trail, starting with a 2,000-foot climb up the trail towards Parsons Landing. Of course, we stopped for a rock lobster dance party at the Lobster Bay Overlook.
Rock lobster?
Then the trail started going down towards Parsons Landing. As soon as we reached the beach, it started to rain, and with the rain came the mud.
Okay, I took one bite. This is delicious.
Noted.
Umbrella for the win.
Oh, on my face.
The rest of the 8-mile hike back to Two Harbors was along a dirt road that had gotten super muddy with the rain. But since the road hugs the coast for most of the way, we were treated to some beautiful views along the water.
Not dry.
Not dry at all.
Yeah, no. Everything's wet.
As soon as we made it back to Two Harbors, we headed straight for the restaurant for a warm dinner and to get out of the rain. Then celebrated the end of our official hike with a campfire back at camp. For our final day on Catalina Island, we woke up, packed up our very wet camp, and headed back into town for a warm breakfast. After breakfast, we got on the ferry and headed back to San Pedro, which is where we would officially end our Catalina Island backpacking trip. So, what did the ladies think of their brand new Gossamer Gear Mariposa 60-pack now that they've had a chance to wear it out on trail for the last 5 days?
Hi, my name's Rachel. I am 5'5" and I have a size medium. I have a long torso. I like this better than my old pack because this pack does not tug on my bad shoulder. Like after doing nearly 40 miles, my shoulder does not hurt at all. I love all the pockets. I like the way that it sits on my hips rather than riding up around the waist. And I like the way that this flap folds down and cinches really tight.
Hi, my name is Amy. I am 5'2" and my pack is a small. My favorite thing about this pack is that the shoulder straps are really wide where they come out of the bag, and that the strap itself is curved. Makes it super comfortable, and I have tried a lot of packs, that just don't fit right off the bat, and I didn't have that issue at all with this one. It's comfortable right out of the box.
Hi, my name is Jen. I am 5'2" and I have the size small of the Gossamer Gear Mariposa 60. I love this pack, and I haven't ever been able to say that. The pack has just been the necessity to carry around my stuff, and I've just made do with whatever fit me. But I can honestly say, out of all the things that I love about this pack, I finally have a pack that fits me. I have a small torso, short torso, so it's been very difficult for me to find a pack that really feels comfortable, but this kind of feels like it molds to my body. Aside from that, can we talk about the pockets? The pockets, my cell phone actually fits in my hip belt pocket, which is a first in a long time because the iPhones got bigger. But the side pockets, there's just a place for everything. And I try to pack as light as possible, but when I finally packed this pack, I was like, oh, this is a little dangerous because I have room for other things, but I didn't need to use it. It was great. Thank you, Gossamer Gear, for finally making a pack. I mean, I know you didn't make it just for me, but it kind of feels like it. And can I mention the umbrella? The umbrella was something that I honestly thought it was gimmicky, and I was just gonna try it. And my husband commented that I look ridiculous, but I don't care, because you know why? It shielded me from the blazing hot sun and from the rain. So thank you.
My name's Angelina. My height is 5'3", and I have the small pack. The main thing I love about this one is these load lifters. Compared to the last version, I really feel like the load lifters actually lift my load and make my backpack fit a whole lot better. Another thing I noticed about it is that I feel like the material is just a little more robust that these new packs are made of compared to the other version. This umbrella is amazing. I got it last year for rain and sun, and I've taken it on the Wonderland, and I got so many compliments, and it's made all the difference. It keeps the sun off, it keeps me dry, it keeps my pack dry for the most part. Yeah. Okay, I say one more thing about the umbrella. Yeah. I love it so much that it flew off the cliff, and I had to go rescue it because I wasn't gonna let it go, even with some cactus in my leg.
To see all of the backpacking gear I brought with me for this trip, including the newly updated Gossamer Gear Mariposa 60, click the link in the video description below to check out my 2024 Trans Catalina backpacking gear list, which also includes links to where you can find all of my gear online. As for the group trip, here's what the ladies had to say about their experience of hiking all 38.5 miles of the Trans Catalina Trail.
This was my first through trip. This is my longest hike ever. The last day was my longest day hike ever. I'm just really proud of myself. I conquered a lot of fears. I was just nervous to fly to a location for a hike, and nervous, excited to be with new friends, and now I feel like we're all just really good friends. So I'm just thrilled.
My favorite part of the trip were all the ridge walks where you could see the whole sections of the island up high, see sections of the ocean. It was so beautiful.
It had to have been the second as well as the third day, just the views. I love microclimates, so on the Trans Catalina Trail, there's a certain point in certain sections where you can see both sides, the West Coast side that just goes out into the Pacific, and then the East Coast side. And there was one day where the West Coast side, you could definitely see that it was down in the clouds, and the East Coast side was like bright blue and sunny, and I just love that contrast. But also, it just gives you a little bit of everything. We had hot on the first day and rain on the last day with mud, and so it was a great trail to start my backpacking season.
My favorite part of the trip, oh my goodness, all of it. Stepping off that ferry onto Catalina Island, getting on the ridges. I think my favorite is getting on the ridges and those views and being able just to walk from ridge to ridge for a while and just seeing ocean on both sides. Absolutely. The bison were fun too, but the views and being on this island.
And what do you like most about being part of the Confident Solo Female Backpacker system?
I like that it is a learning environment, that questions are constantly encouraged, because I always have a lot of questions.
I love being a part of the Confident Solo Female Backpacker system because I can have a community, so if I want to hike alone, I don't have to be lonely while I'm out on trail. I have I've got a whole team and a whole educational system and a whole mentorship to support me on whatever trail I want to take.
I have been in the Solo Confident Female Backpacker system for just over 2 years now, and I was a backpacker before this program, but it's changed my life. I am so much more self-reliant on trail. I'm more efficient at packing, and I now have a community of women to go on trail with, and not just a community of women. It's not, I mean, that's a big part of it. These women are awesome, but they all followed the program step by step. So we all are in sync with what we should do on trail and how we should pack and how we should prepare, and we support each other along the way. Like, for example, I had a faulty headlamp this trip, and one of the girls came swooping in with like, I have extra batteries because I forgot to pack my batteries, which was a no-no, but nobody shames you on this trip, and we just support each other. So thank you, Kathleen. You have changed my life.
I love this program. Not only have I increased my confidence in backpacking, even though I had backpacked before, but I have met the most amazing women. I've met my people. And it's just given me so much more confidence. I feel like I have no problem being out there solo because I know I have the skill and can tap into everything I've learned in this program. I love that at any time I can go back to the modules and just refresh myself with things, and then just our group trips and being able to spend time with all of these amazing ladies. It's absolutely been life-changing for me.
My ultimate goal with creating the Confident Solo Female Backpacker system is to help inspire more women like you to want to get out on trail for your own solo adventures, safely and comfortably. Since creating and launching this program over 2 years ago, I've been able to help several women plan their own backcountry adventures, and you could be next. Interested in becoming part of this awesome program? Click the link below to schedule a free one-on-one Zoom call with me, where you'll get to talk to me live about your backpacking goals, ask me questions about the program, and if you're a good fit for the Confident Solo Female Backpacker system, you'll get the chance to enroll into the program on our call. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for new videos each week, and hit the bell icon to get notified each time new videos are posted. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy trails and keep on trucking. Pretend like you're having fun.
Ha ha ha.